As we were slowly proceeding off to the left-hand side on the other side of the road in a snowbank, there were two gentlemen like wrestling, fighting. And we said, wow, something's wrong here. Nothing doesn't seem right. So what we did after about driving up about 20 feet or so, we turned the car around. I got out of the car. As soon as I got out, I heard somebody screaming, help, 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 help. And I got out of the car. I ran up to the people that were in the snow. And as I ran up and noticed it, I had to determine who was who. Something wasn't right. And I noticed there was a gentleman on the ground on his back in the snow, and there was another gentleman over him, hovered over him with a knife in his hand. And what happened from there was, I knew something wasn't right. So I screamed and yelled at the guy like, hey, what the hell are you doing? You know, he turned back and looked at me for a moment and went back and looked at the sheriff that was he was hovered over and had pinned down. And when he turned his head back towards the sheriff, for some crazy reason, I have no idea, I just bum rushed them, grabbed them with all my might, and just whipped them off of the sheriff. And then me and him kind of like rolled in the snow a little bit. I got up, he got up. He never said a word prior to that or after that. He just stood there in a guarded position with his knife. And I said, you know, I kept yelling and swearing and screaming at him, come on, come after me. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the sheriff was behind me, must have gotten up and bum rushed him and tackled him. And then he got him on his belly and got his arm behind his back and had him cuffed. And then within 30 seconds after that, I believe it was the New York State Police, came up and assisted him. After that, the police officers got him up and pinned up against a vehicle. They were totally respectful to him. They were frisking his pockets, checking him out. And in the meantime, they asked him, do you have any weapons on you? And he said, no, not on me. And they asked him again, and he said, no, not on me. So that was basically a split second, didn't think, just reaction moment. But in my heart and mind, I feel like this gentleman was going to stab him. And basically, this whole thing snowballed. And I had a police investigator come to my house, told me so much, and no, not so much. And I guess after I had left and continued the route with the gentleman I was working with the news, they searched his vehicle. And what they told me originally was under his coat, he had a shoulder harness for a handgun, but there was no gun in it. But in his vehicle, they found an illegal, unregistered handgun, and they found an AR-15 assault rifle that was loaded.